United States, M24 Sniper Weapon System. The adoption of the M24 Sniper Weapon System in 1988 marked a pivotal moment when the U.S. Army finally treated the sniper rifle as a dedicated system rather than a modified infantry weapon. Built around the legendary Remington 700 receiver, this platform utilized a long action, despite being chambered for the standard 7.62 by 51 NATO short cartridge. This deliberate logistical decision provided armorers the flexibility to rechamber the weapon for magnum rounds, later effectively future-proofing the chassis. The heart of the system is the M24's distinct heavy-profile barrel, hammer-forged to withstand the heat of prolonged engagements without shifting the point of impact. Holding the M24 reveals its robust field-grade engineering. The stock manufactured by HS Precision features an aluminum bedding block that rigidly secures the receiver, eliminating the need for traditional hand bedding techniques that could degrade in harsh weather. This stability allows the operator to exploit the full potential of the 7.62 match-grade ammunition. The system feeds from an internal 5-round magazine, requiring the shooter to top-load rounds individually, a ritual that encourages deliberate calculated fire. A fixed-power Leupold optic sits low on the receiver, offering a simple mil-dot reticle for ranging targets without batteries. The adjustable length of pull on the buttstock ensures that a soldier wearing bulky armor can still achieve a consistent cheek weld. At 24 inches, the barrel strikes a balance between velocity and maneuverability, delivering surgical precision that defined American marksmanship for a generation. Russia, SVD Dragunov. Russian precision developed a unique identity, starting in 1891 with the adoption of the 7.62 by 54R. This cartridge features a protruding rim at the base, a design element from the era of black powder that typically complicates feeding in automatic weapons. Evgeny Dragunov accepted the challenge in the late 50s, designing a rifle that could reliably cycle this rimmed ammunition in the harshest conditions imaginable. The SVD uses a short-stroke gas piston system to manage the sharp pressure curve of the 7.62 round, separating the gas system from the bolt carrier to reduce the moving mass. This configuration allows the rifle to fire consistently without the heavy recoil impulse often found in similar semi-automatic platforms, maintaining the shooter's view of the target area. The SVD fills a specific role within the infantry squad, extending the reach of the unit beyond the effective range of standard assault rifles. The barrel features a thin profile to save weight, making it manageable for soldiers moving on foot through difficult terrain. Russian doctrine pairs this rifle with silver-tipped steel core ammunition, which the 1 in 9 twist rate stabilizes for optimal penetration. The iconic PSO-1 optic mounts to the side rail, featuring a battery-powered reticle illumination for low-light conditions. Cycling the action produces a mechanical clatter that is unmistakable to anyone familiar with Eastern Bloc weaponry. The furniture, often made of laminated wood soaked in shellac, withstands moisture and rough handling better than many modern polymers. A barrel length of 620 mm balances the weapon, allowing for quick target acquisition when a patrol suddenly encounters resistance. United Kingdom, L115A3 AWM. British forces operating in the expansive valleys of Afghanistan identified a performance gap with standard service calibers. They adopted the L115A3 chambered in the potent .338 Lapua Magnum to engage targets effectively at extreme distances. This 8.6 by 70 cartridge was engineered specifically for military sniping, utilizing a heavy aerodynamic projectile that resists wind drift far better than lighter alternatives. The round maintains immense kinetic energy, even at ranges exceeding 1,500 meters, allowing the shooter to disable equipment or neutralize threats that would be safe from lesser rifles. The resulting system proved its worth by securing some of the longest confirmed hits in military history, fundamentally changing the expectations of what a single rifleman could achieve. The rifle itself features a chassis built around a permanently bonded alloy skeleton, ensuring that the action remains perfectly bedded regardless of external abuse. The bolt lift requires only a 60-degree movement, a short throw that speeds up cycling and keeps the shooter's knuckles clear of the large optical sight. A folding stock reveals a monopod, allowing the marksman to maintain a stable observation position for hours without fatigue. Firing the .338 Lapua creates a distinctive sharp crack that differs significantly from the boom of a .50 cal. The 27-inch stainless steel barrel provides the necessary runway for the slow-burning propellant to accelerate the heavy bullet. Holding the L115A3 conveys a sense of dense, purposeful weight. It is a specialized tool that demands respect, designed to deliver a single decisive blow from a position of total concealment. Germany, Heckler & Koch PSG-1. German law enforcement sought a solution following the 1972 Munich massacre that combines the accuracy of a bolt action with the rapid fire of a semi-automatic. Heckler & Koch delivered the PSG-1, a rifle chambered in 7.62 by 51 NATO that operates on a roller-delayed blowback system. This mechanism uses rollers to mechanically delay the opening of the bolt, ensuring pressures drop to safe levels before the empty case extracts. The barrel features polygonal rifling, a hexagonal profile that seals propellant gases behind the bullet more efficiently than traditional lands and grooves. This increase in efficiency translates to higher muzzle velocities and extended barrel life, a hallmark of German engineering precision. The PSG-1 is undeniably heavy, weighing over 18 pounds fully loaded. This mass serves a functional purpose, absorbing the recoil energy of the 7.62 round to the point where the shooter can watch the bullet impact through the scope. A small button on the side of the receiver allows for the silent closing of the bolt, a feature requested specifically for situations where noise discipline is critical. The trigger group offers an adjustable shelf for the shooter's hand, ensuring a consistent straight-back pull every time. Looking through the fixed-power Hensoldt optic reveals a bright, clear image suited for identifying threats in low light. The 650mm free-floated barrel ensures that the harmonics of the shot remain undisturbed by contact with the handguard, while a specialized tripod often accompanies the system for maximum stability. Israel. Galil Sniper. Galatz. The Israeli military required a precision platform capable of functioning reliably in the fine sand and extreme heat of the Middle East. They developed the Galil Sniper, or Galatz, chambered in the 7.62 by 51 NATO cartridge. Engineers reinforced the receiver of the standard Galil assault rifle and installed a heavy-profile barrel to maintain accuracy during prolonged engagements. The gas system draws inspiration from the rugged AK-47 design, ensuring that the rifle continues to cycle even when the internal mechanism is fouled with dust. This reliability allows the designated marksman to provide suppressive fire or precision shots without fear of a stoppage, a critical requirement for units operating in isolated sectors. Operators appreciate the semi-automatic capability when engaging moving targets in urban environments. The wooden stock folds to the side for transport in armored personnel carriers and features a spring-loaded cheek riser to align the shooter's eye with the scope. A two-stage trigger provides a predictable break, aiding in accuracy out to 600 meters. The muzzle brake performs double duty, reducing recoil while serving as a mounting point for a sound suppressor. Firing the Galatz feels robust, with the heavy bolt carrier group creating a distinct rocking motion. The 7.62 brass ejects aggressively, clearing the action with authority. A barrel length of 508 millimeters keeps the weapon compact enough for maneuvering through narrow streets and doorways, reflecting the reality of modern asymmetric warfare. Vietnam. SBT-12M1. Vietnam demonstrated its growing defense industrial capabilities with the development of the SBT-12M1, a heavy rifle chambered in 12.7 by 108. This massive cartridge, originally designed for heavy machine guns, serves as the Eastern Bloc counterpart to the 50 BMG. The projectile carries enormous kinetic energy capable of penetrating brick walls or disabling light vehicles at ranges exceeding a mile. Domestic production of both the rifle and the ammunition ensures that the military maintains strategic independence. The sheer size of the cartridge case allows for a large powder charge, generating pressures that require a specialized recoil management system to protect the operator and the optics. The rifle utilizes a long recoil operation, where the barrel and bolt recoil together inside the receiver housing. This movement spreads the recoil impulse over a longer duration, saving the shooter from the brutal kick typically associated with 12.7 weapons. A substantial muzzle brake diverts expanding gases to the sides, further mitigating the rearward force. The optical sight sits high on the receiver to accommodate the long range of the projectile, often featuring illumination for twilight operations. Engaging a target with the SBT-12M1 is a visceral experience, creating a shockwave that disturbs dust and vegetation around the firing position. The system weighs enough to require a dedicated bipod and monopod for stability. With a 1350 mm overall length, it functions best from prepared defensive positions rather than mobile patrols. China, QBU-88. Chinese designers moved away from traditional Soviet calibers in the late 80s, introducing the 5.8 by 42 cartridge. The QBU-88 sniper rifle was the first platform adopted for this proprietary round, utilizing a bullpup configuration to maximize barrel length within a compact footprint. Placing the action behind the trigger group allows for a long barrel while keeping the overall weapon short enough for airborne and mechanized troops. The 5.8 heavy round uses a streamlined steel core projectile designed to retain velocity better than standard intermediate cartridges. This flat trajectory reduces the need for elevation adjustments when engaging targets inside 500 meters, simplifying the marksman's task. The rifle features a polymer stock that keeps the weight manageable for mobile warfare. Unusually, the bipod attaches directly to the barrel, a design choice that typically impacts accuracy, but works here due to specific barrel harmonic tuning. The copper-washed steel cases of the 5.8 ammunition feed from a 10-round magazine located near the shooter's shoulder. Firing the QBU-88 produces a sharp report and minimal recoil, allowing for rapid follow-up shots. The optics mount directly to a rail on the upper receiver, using a quick detach system, though the rifle includes backup iron sights for emergencies. A 620 mm barrel ensures the small caliber projectile achieves the velocity needed to penetrate modern body armor at combat ranges, offering a unique solution to modern ballistic challenges. France. FRF2. French military tradition emphasizes independence, a philosophy visible in the FRF2 sniper rifle. For decades, this rifle utilized the 7.5 by 54 French cartridge before eventually transitioning to the 7.62 by 51 NATO for logistical commonality. The bolt action traces its mechanical lineage to the MAS-36 infantry rifle, upgraded with tighter tolerances and better materials. A defining characteristic of the FRF2 is the thermal sleeve covering the barrel. This polymer tube isolates the barrel from the sun, preventing heat buildup that could create a shimmering mirage in the shooter's scope and obscure the target, a vital feature for operations in hot climates. The rifle employs a bipod mounted uniquely at the receiver rather than the forend, allowing the barrel to hang freely inside the thermal sleeve. This free-floating arrangement ensures consistent point of impact, regardless of how the rifle rests on cover. The bolt handle features a distinctive flattened knob, easy to grip even when wearing gloves. Feeding from a 10-round detachable magazine offers a capacity advantage over many contemporary bolt-action designs. Legionnaires favored the FRF2 for its rugged simplicity in environments ranging from the humid jungles of Guyana to the arid deserts of Africa. The 600 mm barrel extracts the full potential of the cartridge, making it a reliable tool for precision workout to 800 meters. Austria, SSG-69. Austrian engineering set a new standard for precision rifles in 1969 with the introduction of the SSG-69, chambered in 7.62 by 51 NATO. This rifle broke with tradition by utilizing a synthetic green stock at a time when wood was the industry standard. This polymer material remained stable regardless of humidity or temperature changes, maintaining the rifle's zero in the harsh alpine conditions of its homeland. The barrel is produced through cold hammer, forging a process that creates a hardened internal surface capable of maintaining accuracy over thousands of rounds. Uniquely, the barrel is shrink-fitted into the receiver, creating an immensely strong bond that eliminates the need for threading. A transparent rotary magazine feeds the rifle fitting flush against the stock and allowing the shooter to verify the remaining round count visually. The trigger mechanism provides a crisp light break that feels like snapping a thin glass rod, aiding significantly in practical accuracy. Recoil from the 7.62 cartridge is directed straight back into the shoulder thanks to the ergonomic stock design. The SSG-69 proved that a mass-produced rifle could rival the performance of custom-built competition guns. Its 650mm barrel delivers the projectile with consistent velocity, making first-round hits reliable. This system served as the benchmark for law enforcement and military snipers for decades following its release. Finland. Sako TRG-42. Finnish marksmen operate in some of the most unforgiving environments on Earth, requiring a rifle that functions when temperatures drop far below freezing. The Sako TRG-42 answers this need primarily chambered, and in the powerful .338 Lapua Magnum. The 8.6x70 cartridge used here is often loaded with temperature-stable powders that maintain consistent pressure even in Arctic conditions. Sako manufactures the barrel using cold hammer forging, resulting in a dense steel structure that resists wear and corrosion. The receiver is machined from a solid steel billet, providing a rigid platform that ensures the optic and barrel remain perfectly aligned despite rough handling. The bolt features 3 massive locking lugs and a 60-degree throw, allowing for rapid operation with gloved hands. A heavy-duty extractor grabs the rim of the .338 case, pulling it from the chamber with high reliability even if ice has formed on the brass. The chassis system is fully adjustable, letting the shooter tailor the cheek piece and recoil pad to their body type and clothing layers using simple spacers. Firing the TRG-42 releases tremendous energy, yet the effective muzzle brake makes the recoil manageable for a trained shooter. The matte phosphate finish protects the metal surfaces from the corrosive effects of snow and moisture. A 690mm barrel maximizes the ballistic potential of the Magnum cartridge. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the engineering and history of the world's most iconic precision rounds, there is plenty more to see. We have a full series on optics and ballistics coming up. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown.